Yeah, obviously proud of our team. Bonaventure, obviously a really good program, and has been playing very well. They had like a slip up at LaSalle. Otherwise, I think they won like 4 or 5 or something like that. And veteran team. So for our group to kind of come together today, I think it's the way you honor your seniors by the effort that we gave, and we're able to. I made 15 threes. That usually helps. So very happy for our seniors. Happy for James the way he went out tonight. He kind of deserves it after what a great career he's had. And happy for our group. I think we've kind of kept chopping wood and had some weird, kind of like the schedule got difficult, right? When you look back and say 3 out of 4 on the road, including basically 3 teams that are in the top 4-ish. UMass is like right there, right? So UMass, VC, but Dayton and Richmond, right? So 3 of those, and then in that time, Garrett really is not right, and he tried his best, but just not right. He'll get better, but we lose him, and then then we lose those games, and we don't have them against Rhode Island. Not a great performance. Then Loyola, who's in first or second place, when they come here, we got a lead with like 4 minutes to go, and then Darren pulls his groin, and he's not right for like 2.5. I mean, he played against Richmond. I think he wasn't. Well, he shouldn't have probably played. He just tried to play, with Garrett being out. And then even having Max out. The other day against LaSalle, we don't have a big margin for error like most teams. So we've had some weird circumstances, but I think the attitudes have been really good, and the effort's been good, and we've played a little bit better in spots. We have our limitations, but we've played better. And so to be able to pull one out here at home in the last home game, very happy about it, including, most importantly, Jose Andre said he's going to cook for the staff, so he has to come to every game from now on. He's a big basketball fan. He coached basketball girls teams in Spain, actually, and he's very close to the Gasol family, so anyway. But he was like, oh, maybe I'll cook for the team, or maybe just the staff. I'm like, I think just the staff. Forget about the team. So anyway, it was a great day overall for us in what's been a challenging couple of weeks.
Questions, Patrick? The 3 that Trey hit going into halftime, coming off of that technical foul, did that provide a little bit of stability?
No question. I thought it was like. Look, I don't know if that was a great call or not. I couldn't tell you. But certainly then getting a technical, it's a 4-point kind of possession that, quite honestly, was a good defensive. Like, we went zone and then switched to man, like with the last 8 seconds, and then we got a kind of contested runner. So that was deflating to then go make it, whatever it was, 8. And for Trey to do that, now he did one in the second half too that I didn't love, but I figure if you're 1 for 2, that's fine. And obviously, he deserves some credit. He's like an emotional leader, even though he's a freshman. He's such a positive, good guy. And obviously, coach's son, been around his whole life, kind of knows what this is all about.
How much did the defense in general, the last 25, 30 minutes or so, carry you guys?
Yeah, I mean, we look, we're challenged defensively. Like this is not a big secret. Just a little small in the backcourt. So when you're like that, the effort level has to be so high. There's June.
I love you, Coach.
Thank you. The effort level has to be so high, and it was. I mean, it was palpable. Like you could see it, and that's hard to do all the time. Even the best defensive teams don't do it all the time. They're just like really long, fast, athletic. They make a mistake and they come over and fix the mistake.
Yeah, but I thought it was innovative. I've never seen where a big guy was doubling the other. In other words, Bonaventure didn't start off on Venning. He was the doubler.
Well, I think we switched 4 or 5 pick and rolls were to be switched.
So then he was the doubler.
So then then he came over, which was good. Yeah. You know, like in 1997, you had two guys that size, and those doubles were awesome because everyone threw it inside, Jimmy. Back when you started.
Liam.
I wanted to talk about Venning. He, coming into this game, he scored in double digits 48 of the 60 games he played for St.
Wow.
Bonaventure, which
Wow.
is kind of crazy.
Kind of incredible, yeah.
And he scored 6 points tonight. So I saw you guys were doubling him.
Yeah.
What did you think about kind of the defensive effort on him?
Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, we you know, I thought the doubles early set the tone. They were physical, you know, and it's one thing to come double. That guy's, I've seen him barrel through a couple of doubles and just lay the ball in. So, like, you could say you're coming over, but you've got to come over and put a body on somebody. Both guys got to be able to kind of put them in a closet, and I thought we did that early in the game, and it sort of set the tone for our defense. And then we switched defenses some too, but I thought those doubles early we had an edge there with those.
Yeah.
Can you talk about how Max was able to sort of step into his role off the bench today? The second half especially provided a really huge scoring effort.
Yeah.
How is he adjusting to that, and just like how important is it to have that scoring punch off the bench?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think we're all limitless within our limits, and we all have limits, but we can all be the very best version of ourselves within that, you know. And I think tonight that was what we saw from Max, like catch and shoot, go get it on the defensive glass, give great effort, cut, played like the way he should play, because that version of him can be a very good player, right? So I give him credit for sort of playing to that identity.
So you coach for a long time. You've coached a lot of different guys. You've coached a lot of talent. You know, specifically talking about James Bishop.
Yeah.
You just, you know, where does he compare in terms of guys you've coaching? Also, can you just talk about the type of guy he is and the type of player he's been, you know, coming here and having that presence?
Yeah. You know, I think in a world of that probably lacks a lot of humility, right? Here's a guy who's got a tremendous amount of humility. He doesn't have social media. I know you guys are now having a heart attack in your seats, but he doesn't have social media, right? He is very low maintenance. He is a great friend. He's a great teammate. He doesn't get too high or too low. Sometimes it's actually, you'd like him to get like a little bit more high at times. But, you know, when you get a job, you just don't know who's going to be in the building, what type of people are going to be in the building. And I know I've been tremendously fortunate to have coached him and had him here. I think he's just a wonderful person, most importantly. And, you know, look, he's carried me for 2 years. I don't know what the heck we'll do when he's gone. Every time we win, I'm like, oh, we won because he played great, you know. And so he's one for the ages here. I wish we could have stayed a little bit more healthy and maybe put it together just a little bit more, but we got a little bit more basketball to play, and there could be more from him. But I think just a great representative of GW in terms of the person he is.
Going into the tournament, can you talk about what your mindset is and how you'll be coaching the team in a situation where you only have one game left, really?
Yeah, I mean, I've coached enough of those games throughout the years. I mean, you know, I don't think you make them any. You just got to do what you've been doing all year. You know, there is an urgency that comes from tournament play and one and out or whatever. I know last year I thought, you know, there was a lot of emotion in a good way. I played a very good game against St. Joe's, and there was emotion that went into that, and I think there'll be emotion, you know, when we get to Brooklyn too, just to try to play well. I thought there was emotion today. I thought we played emotional, but not. We played with emotion without it being emotional. I think there's times you can get, you know, overdo it. So I think finding a way to channel that where it's, hey, you know, it's a big moment, you know, for your group, especially when you're, you know, probably playing to survive, but you also got to find ways to not be emotional about it and out of yourself.
Scott.
Shakur with a team high 7 assists tonight in 38 minutes. Can you just talk about the stride he's made this year.
I mean, it's funny. I think it'd be hard to keep him off the all-rookie team the way he's playing. And I don't know if he'll make it. He should, because certainly Darren and Garrett should be on it. Now, Garrett's been hurt, so I don't know how that'll work. But Garrett would have been a rookie of the year. Probably him and Darren would have been co-rookies of the year in mid-January. I don't know how you keep Jacoy off that team right now the way he's playing. I mean, he is playing 40 minutes like a veteran guard, points, assists, rebounds, steals, defense. I'm very high on Jacoy. And he's another guy that's, I think, fought through the freshman-ness of what happens. You get here, you're trying to figure it out. He's been fantastic, and he's a mature guy for his age, too. I mean, he handles himself, he carries himself like really a young man, even though he's a teenager still.
David and Liam.
You mentioned Garrett a few times today. Is there any chance you think that he'll be able to come back to the tournament?
Still day to day. There might be a world, but not today. Like today, there's no world, but there might be a world. So he'd like to, I mean, he wants to play. I mean, trust me, he wants to play. I mean, here's a guy who's doing everything he can to play.
So I know we talked about kind of the trade 3-pointer before halftime. What was the message to the team at halftime down 4?
I mean, it's like not it's not rah-rah. It was just like, look, they just stole 4 points, but other than that, we've had a good half. We've got to get to their feet on some jump shots, which again for us is something that's just hard. Like it's different when you're getting +5 wingspans of guys' feet contesting shots with that sort of length, where you have smaller guys. But we've got to get to their feet. A couple of offensive adjustments that we felt like we needed to make, but those guys handled themselves very, very well with those adjustments coming out.
Just a quick one here. Have you gotten any messages from Woj yet after the win?
I talked to him the other night, not after the win, although maybe, I don't know, he might be calling me now. But yeah, I talked to him the other night and I asked him if he was coming to the game, and he was like, you don't want me there rooting against you in your home gym. Like, it's probably not, it's not good, so, which is fine, like whatever. We know where his loyalties lie, and we're second in the A10, but we're a distant second.
Anything else? We'll go back.
What was the reaction in the locker room, as well as your own personal reaction? 12-game losing streak can be easy, but to win a game like tonight, how does it feel?
Yeah, I think they were happy. They're in there. Was a short message. I mean, look, I hate losing more than I like winning. To be honest. So, but I was proud of that group, and I just wanted them to enjoy it. They were upbeat, and I think the one message is like, I do think when right, there's nobody we can't beat in the league. We've got some good wins here, even oddly as that sounds, right? And so, when right, I believe we are a tough out in Brooklyn. When right.
I just wanted to talk about the resilience of the team. There's a lot of teams that after losing 12 straight would just kind of roll over and look to the offseason, but obviously you guys didn't do that. So what does that say about this team?
Yeah, I mean, I think some of it is like James is so even-keeled. Stretch is like a team guy beyond belief. And then we've got some young guys that I think they're receptive. I don't think that they, they don't know because it's their first time going through it and it's painful. It's my first time going through it. It's painful. But they've listened and they've learned and they've gotten opportunity too, which is great. I think that's the other thing is those guys have gotten opportunities, which is invaluable. Whether you know that or not, you probably don't know that in November when you're a freshman. But we're in these close games in the league, playing against guys 25 years old. Those are invaluable opportunities for your future as a player, both in college basketball and beyond. So they know that hey, listen, you could roll over, but we're gonna throw it up and you're gonna be on the court for 30 minutes. So it's on you too. Your performance is gonna be judged whether we've won 12 straight or lost 12 straight. So, and they've been good about it.
How did it feel to go up against Noel Brown with him back in the building after having him all last year?
Yeah, he's a great guy. I mean, he's just he's a really good friend of James. He's a really good kid. Happy that he might be finding some success at St. Bonaventure. Good guy. Got nothing bad to say about him.
Going home, New York, are you gonna Where are you gonna take the guys for food? Are you gonna get them anything special? I know when we talked about this.
No,
last
it's
year.
quick. Probably not. I mean, I don't think they appreciate it anyway. Usually, I mean, I'm just saying they can't. They like, Papa John's before I take them to they like Domino's, stuff like that. I'm like, we can't agree on this.
So no Spumoni Gardens?
I mean, I would love to do Spumoni Gardens. I don't know if they'd like it though. They'd probably be like, hey, can we just do Domino's or Papa John's? It's crazy, I know.
Kids these days.
Yeah, kids these days.
Anything else? All right, thanks everybody.
Thank you.